Hello everyone. So in my video you would have seen me testing out some different forms. So now I'm going to attempt to sculpt. I say the word attempt. Okay. So I'm going to join that to the free edge. Okay. Clean my brush up, push that back so that's connected. And then we're going to start to bring this forward. Now the purpose of this video is not my sculpting ability, it is whether or not this form stays on and allows me to sculpt out a tip. Okay, that's the purpose of this. We tried and had a look at some different forms yesterday. So now I want to see, well, actually, does it work? Can I form a tip using this sculpting form? That actually resembles something that would function. Now I am using blank slate from Neo Nails. The reason being is it is not a clear, it's kind of like a ghost clear, just because I thought you'd be able to see it a lot better. I'm sorry about the background noise. The door is open, the children are playing in the garden with Grandad. So all hell could possibly be raining out there. In fact, probably it'd be all kinds of adventures. Okay, so I did actually replace this one. I'll just point out, I did replace the form because as you saw, I pulled it off with the little one. So I didn't think that was particularly fair to try and use one that was full on dodgy. Okay, so that's the first one. Obviously these are moving around. If you were doing this on a person, you would sculpt each one out. You wouldn't put all the sculpting forms on. That's not the greatest fit in the world. I've clearly cut that slightly wrong and could possibly have done with a bigger tip, but you know what? We're going to go with it. And anybody, look, I think it's Hell's, it was either Hell's Wench or Screaming Grave. We were talking about yellow pages and needing something to higher up my stand for my practice hand because it was too low. And my hubby, whilst clearing out the conservatory, found me my yoga block, which was still in its packaging because it's as hard as anything, and why the hell you would ever want to use that for trying to do yoga is beyond me, but I clearly thought it was a good idea at some point in my life. And it is now serving a purpose. Look at that. We are reusing, we are recycling. Yes. My husband is now taking the mickey out of me doing hand signals. Yeah, he enjoys my videos so much, don't you, love? Yeah, my best fan. Okay. Right, let's see what we can do with this one. Obviously, it's a bit weird because of where the length of the tip is a bit too big as well, and they don't fit properly. But we just have to work with what we've got, okay? Like I say, this isn't about sculpting out the best nail in the whole world. This is about testing the forms and do they work. I should have looked at that form from the side angle as well because it is way too big. way too big. I mean, way too high. It's sat at the wrong angle completely, as you can possibly see, because the tip is pointing down and this is pointing slightly up. Hey ho, hey ho. I would say that one held a lot better this time round. I cut it better. And it's definitely holding up better than it was the last time round. Whereas these two are still the ones I was using earlier. So possibly I should have replaced those ones too. Okay, so that one has, yeah, disappeared completely. Because, yeah, everything's just in the way. Okay, what I'm going to do is just pull this one off for a minute. Just to refit that form on. Re-stick that one at the back, re-pinch at the top, open the little wings, put that in. Okay, actually I'm going to remove the thumb out of the way as well, because we don't need you, and I'm actually going to move this one over to the thumb position just to give me a bit more space so I don't take that one out. Okay, right. Okay. Only though, be kind. I've not really sculpted out a tip before. You will have seen my first attempt. That was an absolute frigging disaster. I nearly lost the will to live. But this is the whole point. Now is the time to learn new skills. It's to practice new skills. I'm really gutted because I was due to be doing some more training courses. Even though I do the online courses, you still have to have 3 models that you show the work. And obviously I haven't. My hubby, bless him, is happy to volunteer. Sorry, he's now decided to cook dinner and make all kinds of noise in the background. Yeah, my hubby is very happy to volunteer and help me out and be my model, and, you know, but he's still only one person. I'm pretty certain my dad would not want to volunteer for that one. And I can't use my kids. So although I could do all the theory for my tests and everything, you have to submit your practical within a certain amount of time normally. I might contact them actually and just see if the practical side of things has been extended, because obviously at the moment we can't do that side of things. Okay, so that's starting to set up. Just give that a bit of a pinch in there. That one already has. I was quite happy with that one. That yeah, that formed really nicely actually. I quite liked that one. But I generally, pinkies seem to be, I've got a lot of pinky goodness, you know. Pinkies tend to be my strongest suit. My thumbs, as much as I love them, obviously they're just different because they're so big. It takes a lot more beads. The process is slightly different for a thumb than it is for the other ones. Okay, the moment of truth is when I try and take these forms off, whether or not the whole tip's gonna fall off. Okay, that one has set. Just so I don't knock the others, I'm gonna try and take this off. So I'm gonna pinch it underneath to get it to release, and it has. Look, you can see that. Pull it down. Oh, look at that. It's not bad at all, actually, considering it's the flattest tip known to man. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. We'll give that a file up and see what somewhat shape that was meant to be. I think maybe I should have tried to sculpt it a little bit more around the sides, because that tip doesn't fit very well. But yeah, do you know what? That worked. It didn't fall off. It held itself. Yeah, I would say that was a success. That's too wet still. Can I file this without it all going pop? It is super thin on this end, like super duper thin. Way too thin, in fact. Which is good for a tip, not for... Yeah, I think I want to build on that before I try filing that, because that's gonna go. So, note to self, nice thin tip. Leave, but I'm going to sculpt out the rest before I do anything else. Before I try and file that. Okay, that one's now ready. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, this one does not want to peel at the back. Okay, let's see if I can just pull that base off. Okay. That's looking dangerous. I can't. Okay, well, this one sticks to the flexi hand really, really well. In fact, it's bloody stuck. I've got to get scissors on it. I can't get it off. And if I yank that, the whole thing's going to break. So, yeah, that one is super sticky. Maybe a little bit too sticky. Okay. There we go. Lovely jobblers. And it's not quite there, that one. So it depends what forms I'm going to use next, really. Do you know what? I might give another one of these a go. Okay. So, yeah, this is really fiddly to do. In fact, I took the fingers off before just to fit that, and I don't know why I'm not just doing it again, because it was so much easier to cut it and fit it and all of that beautifulness. Okay. Close that up. So basically, until you close that flap underneath, it still can go on a little jolly. Okay. So you've got to make sure. Let's just push that in a little bit. That is closed, so it doesn't wander off on you. Yeah, that's a little bit skew with that. That's beautiful, that is. I've barely got the hang of, you know, doing this on my own fingers, let alone trying to do it on something that moves ridiculously. Okay, so let's see if we can. Okay, that one peels off nicely. Let's squeeze that. There we go, and down. Okay. Again, not the greatest job done by me, but you know, it worked. It worked. See, those two came off a lot easier than that one did. It's super sticky, but that may in fact be what we need for these particular practice hands. So there you go. I have sculpted a base on my practice hand. Go me! Whoop whoop! You can catch the next video, which will show you what we're going to design on these beauties. See you later. Bye!